test. Thank you for your patience, everyone. We'll return to our normally scheduled programming. Okay, what's my reset?
Well, welcome. Having some technical difficulties, but we're gonna move through it. Gracious, gracious. So, are we welcoming our friends online? Welcome our friends online with Madge's thumb there. Storage is full on one phone. It's okay. It's okay. So I hope you enjoyed that song. It looked like everybody enjoyed that song. I had written my talk, and I thought I gotta find a song, and I was like, I love that song. That's the song that we're gonna do. So glad. Okay. So a few years ago, right around this time, well, at least it was summertime, I was sunning and swimming up at Brighton Bush River, and there were several families around, and there were a lot of children, a lot of kids around. And I noticed this boy. He was probably around 11 or 12, and I'm guessing that because he was just a little bit bigger than most of the other kids. And I like to call it kind of that pubescent chub, where they get a little bit thicker and then they grow up, right? And they come back to school over the summer. They're a little bit taller, the boys especially, got a little bit of, you know, chin hair, maybe a little peach fuzz on there. And for some reason, he caught my eye. So I was just watching him playing with his siblings, splashing them, and it was getting a little bit hotter. So I thought I need to dip into the river. So I was just kind of sitting in the river, and I look over at this boy, or I'll call him young man. I look over, and he's floating. He's just floating in the water, and I can just see about this much of his face, just a little bit of his hands, his belly, his toes. And I'm just watching him, and all of a sudden he yells at the top of his lungs, "This is the best day of my life!" And I was like so taken back from that. And I'm watching him. And after a few moments, he popped up, and in true Jen fashion, I yelled back, "That's right!" And I was so excited and so invigorated by just that passion that he had behind that. And it came back to my memory several times. I thought about that young man several times and how he was in such joy and appreciation for that moment. And I was reminded of this experience. We went up to Brighton Bush River, almost about in the same place. And I got to retell the story about that young man and bring that experience, recall that experience back to my mind. And I thought, am I living every day like it's the best day of my life? Or at least most of the days. A couple Sundays ago, Reverend Connie shared a message with us about the power of words. And she talked about one of the most important lessons that a person on a path of self-discovery or self-enlightenment has to conquer is to become the master of their words. Because behind every word, there's power. Power is that creative energy of the divine. It's the power of manifestation. We manifest all the things that we're experiencing in our world. And I know when we say that sometimes it's really hard to remember, or really difficult to remember or to be aware of this, especially when we're facing something that's maybe painful or triggering, or maybe it's just something that we don't understand. We get into that loop sometimes that manifestation is all about the positive or only about the positive. The great things that are happening in our lives, those beautiful experiences, what we want to create in our lives. And maybe it's around the material things that we want, like a new job or a new car, a new home, more money. A lot of times we manifest for more money, right? And we know that we can create the opposite in our lives as well. If we wake up in the morning and we're dreading going to work, or maybe the tasks of our day, maybe our to-do list that we have for that day, we're anticipating that the day is not going to go well. Or maybe we're worried or we're fearful about something unpleasant happening. Maybe we have a meeting that we need to attend and we're worried about it. I remember reading or hearing somewhere, if you wake up in the morning and you get out of bed, and I've shared this with many people, get out of bed. And the first thing you do is you stub your toe or you catch that spot on your ankle right on your bed frame or on your dresser. And then you're like, oh, this is going to be a bad day. It's going to be a bad day. Then you get into the shower and maybe your teenager has used all the warm water and you're left with a cold water shower, right? It's going to be an awful day. This is going to be a really, really bad day. Then you get your coffee or your tea, you pour it. Within the first couple sips, you spill it all down the front of you. Great. Now I'm going to be late for work. I have to go change my clothes. This is going to be such a bad day. You get in your car, start driving to work, and what happens? You hit every stinking red light. Every red light. And you're late for work. So the rest of the day is ruined, maybe even into the evening. See, I knew this was going to be a bad day. I knew this was going to be a bad day from the moment that I woke up. You've brought it about, right? You've called it in. This is going to be a bad day. And the universe just delivers it. It just shows up for you, gives you a bad, crummy, stressful maybe it helps us get out of the shower just a little bit quicker. Then maybe we aren't in such a hurry. And then we go pour a coffee or a tea, and a little bit dribbles on our shirt and we dab it off or whatever we do, right? Just move on. And you head to work and you hit every green light. And you get to work early. You get to work just a little bit early. You don't let the morning happen to you. Happen to you. You've created the best day. Even if it didn't start out like that, even if it hasn't happened yet. So if that negative morning routine is something you've gotten into, what would it look like if you started your morning in gratitude before you even get out of bed? What would that look like? I know someone who sets their alarm a bit early. I know someone who sets her alarm a little bit early and uses that time in gratitude. And then if he dozes off, well, it's okay. He dozes off until the next alarm. But that's the first alarm is gratitude, and I think it's even labeled that. So gratitude for waking, gratitude for the breath in our lungs, gratitude for our blessings, gratitude for all those things to come. We set the tone of the day that way, right? We embody the mindset that focuses on recognizing and appreciating all the beautiful, wonderful, positive elements of our life. And I believe everything takes practice. Because when we take that time to practice, we can transform our lives or ourselves into anything. Just a little bit of practice. Ways of thinking, maybe ways of acting, ways of being. I joke about this, but I really had to practice gratitude. Really had to practice gratitude. And I'm talking about that deep gratitude, that deep appreciation. And I'd wake up every morning and I would search for something to be grateful for. I was really searching. So it started out with just getting out of bed and being grateful for sitting up, being grateful for the carpet under my feet. And I'd say, oh, I'm so grateful for this soft, warm carpet. Really, I was thinking, yeah, I'm grateful for this carpet. Yeah. Yeah, get into the shower. Yeah, I'm so grateful for this water. Yeah. I really was trying. I was really trying. And it kept going on, so on and so on. And I kept practicing every single day. And then something shifted. And that shift has really helped turn my life around, or turn it into a different direction, I guess. I really began to feel that gratitude, and I could see things that I appreciated in my life. I didn't have to search so hard. And I remember when this happened, I stepped outside of my home, and it was like I had a new vision prescription or new contacts or something, because it was like I was seeing the world very, very differently. I was noticing the colors of the leaves on the trees, the shades of red, the shades of orange and yellow. And that's when I knew that I wasn't having to search. It was brought to my awareness. All of those things that I appreciated, even if it was just the color of that red leaf. And don't misunderstand me, because I do get into those moments or those days that I'm wrapped up in whatever's going on in the world. Usually some story that I'm spinning out of control. And it's a real chore to get back into that space of gratitude. And just keep trying. Our lives are made up of days, which turn into months and years. And the quality of our days, when we change the quality of our days, we change the quality of our lives. Just one step at a time, just one day at a time. So what would it look like if we woke up saying and feeling that this is going to be the best day of our lives, the best day of our lives? Or when the day comes to a close, going to bed saying or thinking or feeling that it was the best day of my life. Probably the bigger question, or the more important question, is how do we get there? How do we get there? Well, you guys know me in research. I love to research stuff. And I found some things that were really helpful, a few online sources. And we could start out with our morning routine. And maybe, just like Jerry does, maybe it's a morning prayer of gratitude, or taking some time to count our blessings. Or maybe we have a specific affirmation or a mantra that we're choosing to fill our mind with those positive thoughts. Maybe it's a 5-minute meditation, just starting small. Maybe it's just a little bit of time in silence. Maybe it's exercising or drinking a perfect cup of tea in the morning. The mornings are when we set that tone for our whole entire day. And sometimes we don't feel like we have time, right? We have children maybe at home, some younger children, maybe older children. Maybe we have pets that are demanding care or our time. Maybe we have demanding people in our lives, our commitments, maybe our jobs. And in order for us to tend to all of those things, we know this, right? We know we have to take care of ourselves first. We have to. We can create a personal mantra, maybe, or an affirmation, something that we can keep in the forefront of our mind. And being serious about making every single day the best day of our lives. And when we start to slip into those negative thoughts or that negative self-talk, maybe we replace it with that mantra. And it can be, you get creative with it. It can look like whatever you want. It could be simple. It could be something as, I choose to make every day the best day of my life. I choose to make today the best day of my life. When we clear our minds of negative and repetitive thoughts, that's when we make room for self-empowering ones, which in turn empowers us to create the best day of our life. So how about letting go? Releasing the things that no longer serve us. We get into a pattern or create one of allowing experiences and things and maybe even people to hold us back. And we get unhappy and our days can hold less meaning. But we can practice letting go, just releasing ourselves of any of those burdens that we're carrying, all of those things that really carry and feel heavy and dense. That way we can travel just a little bit lighter and just every day working just to let go a little bit more. Every day we can be kind to those that are kind to us, and also kind to those who maybe aren't kind to us. When we forgive and release, we're not allowing anger or resentment to become that toxin. It's a poison in our system, in our mind, and in our heart, and in our spirit. And sometimes I feel like those that have harmed me, how I feel harmed, that they don't really deserve my kindness. But I deserve kindness. I deserve kindness. I deserve peace of mind. And I deserve a heart bursting full of love. Another divine suggestion is love yourself. Love yourself. And I know this is hard sometimes. We should talk to ourselves in the way that we would talk to someone who we really, really love, who we deeply love. And we forget about that, right? We joke sometimes, if my mom will say something like, I'm a dodo bird, and I'll say, hey, don't talk to my mom like that. Just that reminder. I do that for myself, right? You're precious, so treat yourself like you are. Infuse passion into your life and have fun. I'm kind of bummed Lynn's not here, but our sister Lynn always says, this is supposed to be fun, right? This is supposed to be fun. Whatever it is she's doing, she's giving Reiki. This is supposed to be fun. She's writing an agenda for a second. This is supposed to be fun. And when we live this way, we don't worry about missed opportunities. We can look at that previous day and feel like it was full of success. We can look at the previous years and feel proud of the lives that we're living. And as we come to the end of our day, we can focus on releasing all the worries, all the fears, all the thoughts that we experience throughout our day, all the tasks for the next day. Just set them down. And when we do this, we quiet all of that noise in our mind. Wayne Dyer says, as you lie in bed preparing for your nightly slumber, remember that the last thought that you have in your mind can last up to 4 hours in your subconscious mind. 4 hours. That's 4 hours of programming from just one moment of contemplation prior to going into your unconscious state. That's powerful. That's powerful. When we release the day, we can wake up feeling refreshed and energized, using that energy the next morning to truly create the day that we want, creating the best day of our lives. You know, the young man that I saw that summer day, maybe he's driving now. He's probably in college, probably taller than me, or high school at least, taller than me. And I'd like to think that he continues to live his life like it's the best day of his life. I'd like to think that his exclamation of gratitude, when he was just in that sense of gratitude, his expression of it, his exclamation of it, the sound of his voice, that vibration that it held, that vibration of appreciation, that vibration of gratitude and pure joy. It struck me, it stayed with me. And as the Dalai Lama said, just as ripples spread out when a single pebble is dropped into the water, the actions of individuals can have far-reaching effects. And I just kind of imagine like a pebble being thrown in the dink, and you just watch those rings all the way out. And that's what that young man did for me that day, with his exclamation of joy. And maybe other people, maybe it touched the other people that were around on the riverbank. I'm going to leave you with just a couple questions. Are you willing to step into a deeper sense of gratitude, finding the best parts of your day? Are you manifesting a life that you desire? Are you ready to live your life in a way that you too can exclaim, "This is the best day of my life"? Every day. Say it every day. So we're going to move into a little space of meditation, and Jerry's going to join me with some sound bowls, some singing bowls.
Nice.
So just take this moment to adjust in your seats, sitting up nice and tall, feeling your bum in the chair. Maybe you're kicking off your shoes, feeling your feet on the ground. Just begin to focus on your breath, allowing those shallow breaths to elongate, expanding your chest as you fill your lungs with the breath of the divine, exhaling gently and fully. Let's do that again. A nice deep breath in, and a slow release on your exhale. Let's take a journey together. See yourself in nature, surrounded by trees, lush greenery. The sun is warming your skin. There's a gentle breeze. Following the direction of the breeze, a path opens before you. This is your path. The steps that you're taking as you travel down your path are gentle and intentional. Each step giving rise to feelings of joy and excitement. excitement. You come to the edge of a wooded area and you see a body of water. And just stand there for a moment and take in the beauty. You notice the sunlight playing on the water surface. You tune into the sounds around you. Birds chirping, leaves rustling. You begin to hear the movement of the water, and it invites you to ease in. You begin to feel the water lapping over your toes, kissing your ankles, your knees, your thighs. The water is the perfect temperature, and you know you are safe. You're held by the divine. And in this embrace, you feel weightless and without worry or fear. You feel a gentle release of any and all heaviness that you're carrying. Maybe you see yourself floating in the water, making room for joy and gratitude. You begin to breathe in this gratitude. Breathe in joy. Allow each breath to fill your spirit. Continue with your own natural rhythm, your own cadence of breath. With a sense of renewal and freedom, affirm that you have stepped into a deeper sense of gratitude. This gratitude energizes you and fills you up in all parts of your being. Your body, your mind, your spirit. And your arms extended up and out as you affirm that you are the creator of your life. You're empowered to do great things. And you are living the best day of your life. Carry that feeling with you, that sense of renewal, as you bring yourself back into this now, time, and space. Bringing yourself back with that intention or that affirmation that you're living the best day of your life. And when you're ready, come back, open your eyes, lift your gaze. So we're going to move into the offering portion of our service. And I always joke about getting you all zened out and before we ask you for money. But today I want to do something just a little bit different. We're in this space of gratitude. And so what I'd like before we pass the basket is on the count of 3, if we could all say together, this is the best day of my life, and really mean it. Arms up, if you want to stand up, we know that will bless the basket as well. So we'll just, on the count of 3, we're going to say this is the best day of my life. So 1, 2, 3.
This is the best day of my life! Woo!
And we are grateful for what you are able to give, whether that's in the form of money, your service, your prayers. And so we're really grateful for that. And for our folks online, we also have PayPal, or for those of you in the audience, we have our PayPal link as well, which is
PayPal.me/Home Center Salem.
There you go. And I'll invite Dick up to do a little story, a little prayer.
The closing statement I've chosen is from Remembering Who You Truly Are, God's Day 356, Help is at Hand. Remember, you do not walk alone. Suppose you're in an airport. In the anxiety of trying to find your way to your flight, in the confusion of a crowded airline's terminal, remember there is a loving presence walking beside you. Remember to say to that presence, I could use a little help, please. Suddenly you will see the right way to go. Suddenly you will be guided through the corridors, through security, and know that you are safe and in charge. Yet not you, but the presence walking beside you is in charge, and all is well. Thank you, Spirit, for walking beside me and guiding my way today. Our closing prayer. Service to one another. That's what we're here for. Service to one another, and in so doing, we spiritually enrich ourselves. Our hearts fill with love and light. Shine it out on all the people in this world, not just in this chapel. Send blessings. Bless everyone around you, because they are sharing their Sundays to be here with you for this service. Yes, and bless their families and their friends. Be gracious to them and send them blessings throughout the day and the week. Remember, everything you give will be returned to you in bountiful quantities. We started this service in love and light, and we're closing it in that same love and light. We are each different, unique, but we are all one Spirit. I thank you all for blessing us with your love and light. So as we close, continue to walk in the spirit of love and light, compassion, and forgiveness forever. Amen. Amen. To those of you on Facebook Live and YouTube, that's the end of our service from the Home Spiritual Center. We're out.